Hello guys, welcome back to another episode of Buying Back My Childhood. This is a little collection series I like to make just to tell you guys what kind of things I'm collecting at the minute. Recently I just finished a video on the Resident Evil 2 demo. I found out that it could be hacked and we can do all sorts of fun things. There's a time demo, we can stop the timer, we can walk through walls, we can access new rooms or rooms that you wouldn't be able to normally if you just played the demo as it's intended to be played. And I thought that was all really cool, and so I was kind of on the hunt for Resident Evil 2 demos, and it rekindled my love for demos in general. And when I was growing up, I was an N64 kid. Like, that's what I had. That was my first main console to myself. I had my bedroom, and I was always very envious of all of my friends because they could play demos of games. I had to just buy the full game and just play that. And I was always really jealous that, and we used to have arguments all the time, like what's better, PlayStation or Nintendo? And obviously I was on the Nintendo camp because that's what I had. And I used to find it very hard to argue against the fact that it had demos. I mean, I remember that was one of the things that the PlayStation 1 owners would say, that, well, you can't even play demos. And I kind of had to admit defeat on that one. That was kind of true. But I kind of felt I did have a PlayStation a little later on. I did get my hands on some of these demos and also PC demos as well. I played the Resident Evil 2 PC demo too. So anyway, it's just got me in the mood for collecting demos. And as you can see behind me, I've got stacks here. This is really recent as well. I guess this is in the last couple of months. So what I've just been doing is buying bundles, and I'm going to share some of those with you today and highlight some of the cool demos that I've got, some little ones that are a little bit different. And I think the nice thing about collecting demos is that no one else is doing it that I can really tell. I mean, there are some people, but whenever I bid on demos, like, no one else outbids me. So it's a nice thing to collect because there's not a lot of competition, and I don't like collecting things that are like really high valuable. Like Nintendo 64 games have just gotten too expensive for me to buy in any reasonable amount. So and the way I look at it is, if you're buying at the peak, it can only really go down. Like maybe it'll go slightly up, but games are only going to be so expensive. So I think it's better to buy find something that's not too competitive. And a good example of this is original Xbox. So I've been picking up original Xbox games for like around £1, £2, and now with backwards compatibility, some of those games I think eventually will be worth a lot of money. So it's worth trying to pick games like that now, because you never know what's going to happen. They may become more expensive. I don't think demos will ever become expensive. For me, collecting demos, it's more like of a historical thing. Like, I like to preserve the history of some games, and I'll get into some of them later. But that's the demos of the games are part of the history as much as the game is. In fact, you could say it's even more part of the history because they were released before the game's released at some time. So I think it's nice to collect these things, and there isn't much of an archive or much information you can find online about this stuff. So especially when it comes to like release dates, it's very hard to know when a demo was released and things like that. So that's part of the reason why I like collecting this. It's like for historical reasons. So let's jump right in. The first demo I bought was the Resident Evil 2 demo, and I needed this for my video. This is the time demo, and I could not find a copy of this online anywhere to download. You can get the preview demo, which was included in the Resident Evil 1 Director's Cut, but you can't find the time demo for the PlayStation 1 anywhere. I managed to track down the PC version of the time demo, but I wanted the PlayStation version and it just didn't exist. So it was really important I bought this, and that was the first demo I bought. I then bought a bundle. Someone sold like a PC disc bundle, and it just had like all these demos and discs. I think it was just like, I can't remember the name of the list, but I got it for a couple of £1 anyway. And I got something really special. The way this is the box here that it came in, and the way the photograph was taken was like, it was just, they were just scattered all over the place. You didn't really know what you were getting, but I seen a couple of things in the image that I liked the look of, and I thought, well, a couple of £1, you can't really go wrong. But one of the things that was in there that I didn't see because it was obscured by the flash on the camera. If you go to the second, there was 2 pictures attached. If you go to the second picture, you could actually see a little part of it. And if you knew what you were looking for, you knew you were getting something special. I didn't, so it was just a bit of a surprise for me. I didn't know what I was getting. And it's kind of a nice bundle to get because yeah, you just never know what you get. But I got a really nice demo, which was it's called The Best Games Ever, in this version it's The Best Horror Games Ever. And there's like a few of these there's like the best racing games ever, I think, and then there's the best PlayStation games ever. But this on its own sells for about £5. I've kind of just wanted it just because it has on here, I'll show you like, let's see, I'll hold that up. It has Dino Crisis, it has Resident Evil 1 and Silent Hill, Carmageddon, Nightmare Creatures, lots of really cool old school survival horrors. I think if it had like maybe like Resident Evil 1 or Resident Evil 2 but it wasn't released at the time probably, that would be like the ultimate disc survival horror disc demo pretty much. Yeah, because it has Silent Hill and everything, so really cool little demo. That was a nice little surprise. But also in here came absolute stacks. Here's all the demos. There's stacks of demos. We've got the original Metal Gear Solid in the middle there. Also the special missions for Metal Gear Solid and Dino Crisis. Some nice little demos there. Pretty standard stuff. But what was also included, the listing, I think it said PC discs or something. There's full games, so there's Worms, there's this version of Worms, and at the minute I'm buying big box PC games, but I'm finding that you can buy bulk empty boxes, so it's nice to have the games to go with it. Unfortunately there's no instruction manual or anything, but also I never really played this, but there's Star Wars TIE Fighter. I've never played that one, but there are some cool original PC games as well. So here's an original copy of Command and Conquer, so that's pretty nice to have, and also the add-on, the Covert Ops, and Red Alert's on there just as a blank disc pretty much, and a full game of Commandos. I haven't actually played this one much, but I remember always wanting to play it, so I'll maybe check that out. It looks in quite good condition actually. While we're on PC games, there was a Resident Evil 2 PC game, so I've been hunting this down for a couple of months now. Since I started collecting demos, I've been looking to see what way the Resident Evil 2 demo was released on PC, because I remember playing it as a kid, but I don't remember where I got it from. And so I've been just basically searching for that, and there seems to be a couple of versions of it actually I've picked up. I got this, there's like 5 of these discs, and I got them for not too expensive. But here, CD Action Games, I've never actually heard of this magazine, but Resident Evil 2 was on that one, and also this was actually a really good bundle because it had like, every disc had something I wanted to play. Turok 2 was on that disc. And where is the second? Yeah, so there's the second one, PC Solutions. It's just up in the top corner there is Resident Evil 2. I don't think it was either of those I actually originally played, but I just wanted to have it on a disc so I could play it off the disc. The other ones just had Carmageddon, Daikatana, and Die Hard Trilogy. And oh yeah, this one has Abe's Odyssey. It's just another CD zone. I've never heard of these. I don't know if these were magazines or anything, but I tried to boot these up, and I think my version of Windows is far too modern for it, so I'm going to look into like getting virtual XP or maybe an old PC or something, because I do want to try them out. I think that's pretty cool. Some of them have like, it says like there's, one of them says it has a gigabyte full of game screenshots, so I definitely like check them out and see what they look like. Another thing I picked up was PlayStation 3 demos. Someone was selling just a massive collection of these, just all loose discs in their little like Polly Pocket things. I haven't even had a chance to look through these, but one of the reasons I wanted to pick these up, and this is another preservation reason, I don't know if anyone watching this has played or went onto the PlayStation 3 store recently, but it's really, really laggy. And I would say give a year, maybe more, that store, that online service will be pulled. And because you can go online and download demos, I'm pretty sure you can anyway, you can't do it in the 360, but eventually those things will be pulled. And so this again is more backing up history, I guess. This is like a physical disc, so we can always just put these in and play the demo off a disc. In a couple of years time you won't be able to go on there and download those demos, so this is just the reason I bought these, because it's nice to be able to, if I ever want in the future, especially like Resident Evil 5, because I do have memories like I have nostalgic memories of playing certain demos, and if I ever want to talk about Resident Evil 5 in a video on the demo, I'll want to be able to play the demo, and I'll want to be able to record footage from it, and so it's nice to have these to be able to do that. I also want to talk about Xbox 360 very quickly. In one of my other pickup videos, I talked about meeting someone off Gumtree, and became friendly with him, and I've now actually traded a few times with him. But I messaged him to ask him if he had any demos, and he said he had some Xbox 360 demos. So we did a little bit of a trade, and these all came from my friend. I traded him some games and some things that I didn't need anymore, and he brought up a whole stack of Xbox 360 games, which was awesome, and even some of the magazines to go with the games, which is also a bonus, because some of them have the reviews and stuff like that. And almost immediately I noticed some really nice ones, like obviously Dead Rising, that's pretty cool. Haven't had a chance to play that one yet, but something really super special. Whenever I was doing my Commodore 64 videos, I wanted to talk about Paperboy. Paperboy was ported onto the Xbox Live Arcade, but it was only there for 1 year, and then I guess they lost the rights or whatever, and it was pulled. And because I never downloaded the demo or anything or bought it, I can't do that anymore. I can't access that game. So I wanted to record footage on the 360 version, but I couldn't. And through the same friend I met on Gumtree, he told me that you can hack your Xbox 360 and put it on that way, but it was too complicated for me, and it would have cost money to buy the hack and all the rest of it, so it was too much. So I just never done it. But within these demos, I noticed on the back of one of these here, right up in this corner here, that is actually Paperboy. So I can play the demo of Paperboy, and it lets you play a couple of levels, which is really cool to be able to do, especially, like I say, with preservation reasons. Slowly the Xbox Live Arcade games will be pulled, and although it's not the full game, at least you can play a demo of the game, and forever really. I mean, this is like a physical version of some of these digital releases, so you can at least play parts of it and see how the menus looked and stuff like that, so it's nice to be able to have that. Also in one of these here, it has Battlefield 2, you can only see up in the very top, I'll show the back, the image. Battlefield 2 Modern Combat, again, one of my favourite games of all time. The online servers are now pulled, so whenever you try and load the demo up, it tries to connect to the servers and then it just cancels. But I got, just trying to do that, and the background music in the menu, I got so much nostalgia just from hearing that music. It's sad that EA have pulled the servers, and actually just recently there's an article just come out today to say that EA are actually actioning lawsuits against fans of old Battlefield games that keep the servers alive, and they're saying that they're like using their intellectual property and they're trying to shut all that down. So that's really sad for me to see today, because I loved Battlefield, and the fact that we can no longer play it legitimately or illegitimately is really sad, because that game is now just dead. And even the demo, you can't even play it, you can just load up the servers, or the servers don't load, so even the menu just goes to the menu and just cuts out. But still nice to have on a disc. I mean, no, it doesn't actually do anything, but and also in general, just loading up some of these here. This one here has got Burnout Revenge on it. I found it was fun just putting these in and seeing what the actual menu of the demos looked like, the actual demo select screen, and you can scroll through it and read reviews and stuff. But it looked, obviously they were designed around the old Xbox 360 dashboard, and there's just so much nostalgia flicking through and seeing those old graphics and stuff. So I don't know, I think it's nice to have these, and definitely I'm just going to probably spend a couple of nights just playing through some of these old games for nostalgic reasons. Another bundle I picked up, again on the Battlefield theme. This one here is for the original Xbox, and it's just a dedicated Battlefield one. I haven't tried this out because I haven't got my Xbox set up, but I'm interested to see what. I think it's probably just going to do the same thing. Play, online demo. I think I may even have played this demo back in the day, but it's probably just going to try and connect to the server, and obviously not, because the original Xbox servers were down a lot longer than the more recent 360 ones. But yeah, some cool ones there. There's a stack here. These weren't too expensive either. Battlefront 2, Half-Life, the original Half-Life, and the recently ported Black. This is now compatible. If you have the original copy of Black, you can now play it on the Xbox One. And I've noticed the price for these games. If you have an original copy of Black, like 3 or 4 months ago it was probably worth a couple of pounds. Now it's worth £6. And I think it's Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. I definitely seen it selling for about £5. Now that it's backward compatible, it's like £20, no problem. And I have all my original Xbox games, and I'm tempted to sell them, but I don't know, maybe hold on to them and just wait until hopefully more become backward compatible. Finally, my last pickup that I just came through the door yesterday. Here's another Xbox magazine. These ones are the official. Maybe they started putting them onto little cardboard sleeves because it was too expensive to make the plastic ones. But there's loads of just little like cardboard box ones. There's a cool one there. The best games on the Xbox 360. And the nice things about these here is they all come with like this one here. So the Blood Dragon one, for example, if you look at the bottom, the very bottom there, it says exclusive gamer picks. So that's pretty cool that you can put these discs in and change your gamer picture. Unfortunately, the only thing that annoys me with the gamer picture on the 360 is when it goes on the Xbox One, it's kind of tiny. It doesn't fill the thing up, I don't think. So that sucks. But this is the thing that came in the door yesterday. Those were bought separately, I think, for a few pounds. This here stack here, just wait and see how many of these are. Whoa, there's so many. I think there's like 36 cardboard little discs, and of those, I think the guy who listed on eBay worked out that there's, I don't know, 300 games or something like that. 100 games, I can't remember. But yeah, this is going to keep me busy, like playing all these, and there's all these gamer pictures and stuff like that. And I paid £1 for this. Like I said, no one else outbid me. I think I put like £3 or £4, but no one outbid me. And now I've got a massive stack of games to sift my way through. And like I said, some of this stuff has probably already been taken off the Xbox Live marketplace, 360 marketplace, but the other stuff, it's only a matter of time, and I don't think all of that will be ported over to the Xbox One, and because they're Xbox 360 games, there's no need to have demos of them on the Xbox One. So eventually that will all go, and it's nice to have this. And like I mentioned earlier, there's Paperboy is now inaccessible unless you have the demo. This Resident Evil 2 demo is almost impossible to find online. I can't find a downloadable version. So those are just some of the things I've came across, and I know there'll be more in the future. There'll be more of these things that the only way to play them is if you have the disc, or if someone else is kind enough to upload a version of their disc, if they can burn it somehow and upload it to the internet. There's some sort of archive. But yeah, I'm sure there's going to be so much more, and I just started collecting these demos, and I quite enjoy it. I'd recommend you do the same because they're quite cheap and fun. It gives you a nice little snapshot of the game. Like I don't like to sometimes it's a chore to like start up a game and like load everything up, sit through the first cutscene, set your character up, do all that. With demos, I think it's quite nice that you can just jump in, play a few minutes of it, get a general feel for the gameplay and whether you like the game, and then go and decide whether or not you want to play the full game. If you guys collect demos, or you have some memories of ones from your childhood, maybe that just made you decide to buy a certain game or whatever it might be, I'd love to know in the comments, and I'll probably try and find that demo myself. Don't forget to check out my Resident Evil 2 demo hacking video. I'll leave a link to that in the top corner of the screen. You can click that. Some interesting things you can do with the both Resident Evil 2 demos. Yeah, so thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.